Yeah, so who makes these ballots? Let me ask you again. Who makes the ballots and approve them? Yeah,
the ballots, as far as I know, are made in St. Martin. They are approved by the voting bureau in St. Martin, the main voting bureau. And then after it's printed and then they're given out. So when the person, when the ballots was put together, somebody had to go over them, approve them, said this ballot is correct, and then send them on to get printed to take part in the election. You see that the political parties don't have nothing to do with that, you know. That is basically the responsibility
of
the main voting bureau.
You want to say the governor's office?
The governor is chairman of the main voting bureau. So his cabinet or whoever he has working in his voting bureau, they are the people that's supposed to approve it and says, yes, this ballot is good, now go print it and give it to the population. So therefore, since they are the ones that have to put a ballot together and approve the ballot, they can't be the ones to now say that the ballot is correct. If somebody's challenging it, somebody else who have to be a neutral body have to come in now and say, yes, you challenge it. It's like two people, you know, they need a referee. Somebody will say, and that's where, for instance, a judge will come in and say, yes, this is yes, it's a mistake, but it's unimportant, or it's a mistake that is very important. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
But in St. Martin's interest, that's what I'm emphasizing.
Yeah.
In St. Martin's interest, we should have it so that somebody should come in and say, this is good, or it could stand, or it cannot stand, or you understand, or it's an error, but the error is not that important, you know. And that has to be a neutral body. And in our legal system, you will expect then that neutral body will have to be a judge.
Yeah, as strong as what you're saying is, could the translation of van be from? Because it isn't Dutch.
Yes.
It's not written up in English as if
you see, you know. Of course, I'm not an expert I'm not a translator, professional translator. But we know, and we all went to school, we know the difference between van and voor.
Voor.
Voor is for.
Yeah.
Van is most of the time of.
Was it van or voor?
It was van.
Van.
Van mostly stands for of. Voor stands for. You understand? But I'm not an expert in translation.
No. It's good to exercise
but this is basically what it was. Van mostly is of, voor is for. That is my basic learning of Dutch. You know, but I'm not a translator, like you say. Even that I don't mind, but then let a professional translator come in and say, this is what it stands for, or this is what it could stand for. And we all know that one translator could say one thing, and the next translator could say the next thing. But that's why it will still come down. But it will be logical what you're saying, that it should be. But it's what I'm saying, it should be investigated and cleared by a neutral body. You know, that's my main contention, because if it's not exposed and if it's not dealt with, it could come back to haunt us in the future.
Eventually.
You know, and then people will want to know why in the year 2010, when this happened, why didn't somebody say something about it? Or why wasn't it taken to court by those who have that ability, that power, that knowledge, or that financial backing to take it to court? And why wasn't there a ruling on it then? Because you can't tell me, if you set that precedent today, 4 years from now, 8 years from now, you have that same problem. You know what those defense lawyers of that period will say. Oh, it happened in the year 2000, and that was when the president was set, and it was not that important then, so it can't be that important in 2008 and 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then you will have a problem. People start saying, boy, you know something, there was rigged elections over there. I don't trust election results, and we don't want that at all in our society.
Absolutely.